तस्य संजनयन हर्षम कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादम विनद्योच्चे शंखम दध्यमो प्रतापवान. Hello friends. Friends, this shlok is the 12th shlok of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and in today's video we are going to be discussing this shlok in detail. So let's first understand the meaning of this shlok. So the shlok goes as Tasya, which means his, Sanjanayan Harsham, which means tying for joy, which means just to generate joy basically. Kuru Vriddha Pitamaha, which means the elder among the Kurus, who is the grandfather. Singhanadam Vinam Dhyoche, which means then he, in the roar of a lion, Shankham Dadhyamo, which means he blew the conch, Pratapavan, in full glory. So the full meaning of this shlok then is that to create joy in him, him over here is Duryodhan, the eldest among the Kurus, the grandfather, which is Bhishma Pitamaha, he, with a roar of a lion, blew the conch, and that he did in full glory. So you know that, I mean, in the video yesterday, Duryodhan was saying that we want to that he's telling all the warriors in the Kuru kingdom that you should protect Bhishma, and then after that, what is going on over here is that Bhishma heard that and he realized that Duryodhan is a little nervous just before the war, and to create some happiness in him, some joy in him, and Bhishma over here blew the conch. So you can see that Duryodhan actually is a bit confused. He is saying that his army is stronger than the army of the Pandavas, but he is also a little bit confused. I mean, he is a little bit concerned, and that's why he gave a very confusing command to all the warriors that you should protect Bhishma Pitamaha, while Bhishma Pitamaha, as we know, is the strongest fighter in the Kuru army. So Bhishma Pitamaha over here realized that, and that's why, to create some joy in Duryodhan, he roared like a lion and he blew the conch, is what is going on over here. And so the words that have been used in this shlok are pretty interesting, and I would say pretty beautiful as such. The way Bhishma has been described over here is as Kuru Vriddha, which is eldest among the Kurus. And you can see that, just as when the kids are a little bit concerned, the elders, they, in order to give them some happiness, they do something fun, or they do something to create confidence among the younger ones. So it's the same thing that Bhishma is doing over here, and that's why the name Kuru Vriddha has been used for Bhishma over here. There is another very interesting thing that you should understand, and since we are talking about Bhishma over here, I think this we should understand, which is that Bhishma, as we know, is a brilliant person. He is a brilliant man. He is very learned, and he is also very strong. And so a question arises, why is he fighting for the sake of the Kurus over here? Why is he fighting for the sake of Duryodhan? So in yesterday's video, we were talking about the relationship between Rahul Gandhi and Manmohan Singh, and we know that Manmohan Singh is a very intelligent person, while Rahul Gandhi, as we know, is not very fit to be a good politician. Then why is Manmohan Singh really taking part? Why is he still being part of the Congress party, for example? So the same kind of thing is going on over here. The Bhishma, as such, he has taken the oath that he will remain. I mean, he took the oath that he'll not take the kingdom of, he'll not be the king of the Kurus, and he also took the oath that he will remain chaste for his whole life, which shows that he loves the Kuru kingdom a lot, and he made all of this sacrifice because of his father. He wanted his father to be happy, and so in the Kuru kingdom he sees his father, and that's why he'll go to any extent to protect the Kuru kingdom, and that's why he's taking part in this in this war from the side of the Kauravas. Just as Manmohan Singh might be doing the same thing. He sees the Congress party as part of him. He has grown in that party and he belongs to the tradition of that party, and so he cannot really leave that party now. So it's the similar kind of a thing that is happening with the Bhishma Pitama over here. And so Bhishma Pitama over here sort of represents the tradition as such, which has become so rigid that he cannot really change it anymore. And so that's why he is taking part in this war from that one side. And it's also a warning to us in that sense that as you become old, you become rigid and you become part of the tradition. And that's what we see also in our original life also, that when people become old, they become conservative, so they want to be the part of this tradition. And so that's also the reason why the word Kuru Vriddha has been used over here, because Bhishma Pitama has become quite old and he's become quite rigid, and he cannot really be as flexible to take the side of the Pandavas. He still will go with the tradition, and therefore he will uphold the Kuru kingdom itself. So that is also what has been shown over here, and it's a warning to us that whenever a thing becomes so rigid that it cannot really change itself, then it can end up being part of the adharma or being part of the thing which is wrong. And that's what happens also, when any ideology becomes very hard and very rigid and is not ready to change, then it becomes part of the adharma. So that's also something that we can understand from this shlok. So the very important word in this shlok is the Kuru Vriddha Pitamaha, because that is what is giving the crux of the message over here, that you should not become so hard that, or so embedded in your own vows and in your own tradition, that you end up being on the wrong side. So I hope I've explained to you the meaning of the shlok. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.